my name's Claire Barker. Welcome to Faber Booktime, which today is in my hut where I do all of my writing. And yeah, so I'm here to talk to you today about the sort of stories that I write. I tend to write funny, magical stories for children, probably about 6 through till 9, something like that, and they're often very silly, but they often have quite serious messages underneath, and that's really what Picklewitch and Jack is about. Even though it's funny, it's really about friendship, because not all friendships go smoothly. So you might have a friend who's just like you and you get on with each other all the time and you never disagree about anything. But some friendships are a bit wobbly. You might have a friend that you really like, but they also get on your nerves, and that's really what the relationship between Picklewitch and Jack is. As I say, it is a wobbly friendship, but sometimes these friendships can be the very best of all. When I was little, what I really wanted to be was a hairdresser called Cheryl. Now that's very specific, I know it's very specific, and that's because down the road to me there used to be hairdressers and it was called Claire's, and I thought I could upgrade that and be a hairdresser but give myself the name that I really wanted, which was Cheryl. Don't ask me why. That dream has not come true, but there's always time. Right, so I've been asked what my favourite breakfast is, and my favourite breakfast is pancakes. So I'm going to make some pancakes, show you how I do it. Typical Picklewitch, don't measure anything. Done. Now I need to compile them into the Pancake Tower, very important. So I've got all the pancakes here that I've cooked, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on one by one. So, chocolate spread, blueberries, squirty cream and syrup. Jack is a very sensible boy. He's won most sensible boy 3 years running at his last school, but he doesn't really have, well, he's good at all kinds of things, but he's not very good at making friends. And so when he and his mum move house and he goes to St Immaculate School for the Gifted, he's won a scholarship to it, when he discovers there's a little witch in the garden who wants to be his best friend, he is less than pleased. And this bit I'm going to read you now is a chapter called Grub, and this is about their first day together when she turns up at the school and he's horribly embarrassed by her because she won't wear the uniform and she's got a spider pocket, missing tooth, smells of mushrooms, everything he does not want a friend to be. Anyway, she decides she's going to go to lunch with him, he gets lumbered with her, and this is in the dinner hall. And the reason I wrote this is because I think a lot of children, when they start a new school, one of the concerns is, where am I supposed to go for lunch? What sort of lunch should I bring? Who will sit with me? So this is chapter 4, Grub. Lunchtime shone like a beacon of hope on the horizon. Jack saw it as an opportunity to put as much distance between himself and Picklewitch as possible. When the bell rang, he leapt up and made a dash for the exit, but Picklewitch, moving with lightning speed, met Jack at the door, flashing a mischievous grin. "Well done, Jack," called Professor Bright, watering his fern. "Excellent idea, looking after Picklewitch in the dinner hall. First days are never easy. It's good to have a chum." "But she's not my chum," muttered Jack, stomping behind Picklewitch as she skipped towards the dinner hall, hat in hand. "Does she look like my chum? I don't think so." Jack chose a table and threw his lunchbox down with a clatter. His classmates sat at various other empty tables nibbling their sandwiches quietly. Moments later, Picklewitch sat down and began to rock back and forth on her chair legs, all the while watching his lunchbox with a greedy eye. "I know," said Picklewitch brightly, breaking the icy silence. "We could swap lunchboxes." She said this as if the thought had just occurred to her and it hadn't been her plan all along. "Do you," she wheedled, licking her lips, "mayhaps by any chance have any more delicious cake in that box?" Jack gripped his lunchbox and glared. "Listen, I'm not ever sharing anything with you ever. Got it?" "Well, I think you should," insisted Picklewitch, fluttering her eyelashes, "because we as friends, and sharing is the sort of thing that friends do." How many times do I have to say it? We are not friends, so no, it is not something we should do. Jack stared out of the window and clasped his lunchbox to his chest, defiant and enraged. Hello, Claire Barker here again. I'm going to read you the first chapter of the second in the Picklewitch and Jack series. Here it is, Picklewitch and Jack and the Cuckoo Cousin. And in this one, Picklewitch and Jack get a visitor to the garden, Archie Cuckoo, but he's not at all what he seems. So here we go. Chapter 1, The Letter. Picklewitch galloped home from school, holding onto her hat and singing at the top of her lungs. "Nobody tells me what to do because I does what I likes and I likes what I does. Oh yes!" Jack ran to keep up, being careful not to step on the cracks in the pavement. "All I'm trying to say," he puffed as they reached the driveway, "is that some cats are quite nice." Picklewitch stuck her nose in the air in disgust. "Well, your neighbour's cat pongs of evil fudge nuttery. I don't know how you can stand it. Fair makes my eyes water." She sneezed, as if to emphasise the point. "Achoo! Somebody should call the police." Jack thought about old Fluff Chops, about how he slurped milk gummily from a saucer and slept all day. He was about as evil as a bed sock, and Jack was about to say as much when Picklewitch kicked the rickety garden gate open. "Hello, birds!" she cried. "I'm home! Did you miss me?" Robins, starlings, crows and sparrows exploded out of the brambles. They twittered and tweeted, hearts and wings whirring in bliss. All right, that's enough," she giggled, batting them away. "Don't make a fuss. I've only been gone since breakfast. I always come back, don't I? You know you can rely on old Picklewitch." Jack grinned. His best friend had a missing tooth, bird's nest hair, not to mention a deeply concerning spider pocket. She was grubby, strange, rude, stubborn, gave off a powerful mushroomy whiff, and was very, very naughty. Despite all of this, he couldn't help liking her more than anyone he'd ever met.
Hi there, my name is Teemu Juhani and I illustrate the Picklewitch and Jack books. And this is what they look like. I absolutely love to illustrate these stories and characters that Claire has created, because when I was small I really wanted to be a witch or wizard, but well, unfortunately I wasn't. But luckily nowadays I get to draw a lot of witches and all kind of magical stuff. And that's what I'm going to do now. I am going to show you how I draw Picklewitch. And that's how I draw Picklewitch. Now it's over to you. You can draw your own version or whatever you want.